In one of the most remote and inhospitable corners of Britain, a tragedy unfolded in 1900. 3 keepers vanished without warning from a lighthouse on Flannan Isles, leaving behind only questions and an enduring mystery. The lighthouse on Eilean Moor, as it's known in Gaelic, was a beacon for ships navigating treacherous waters off Scotland's northwest coast. But from January 26 to December 13, 1900, no word came from the keepers who manned its light. James Ducat, a seasoned keeper with over 20 years' experience, was accompanied by 2 new recruits, Thomas Marshall and Donald MacArthur. Their disappearance would become one of Scotland's most enduring unsolved mysteries. It was as if the island itself had swallowed them whole. No signs of struggle, no evidence of foul play, just an eerie silence and a sense that something inexplicable had occurred on those windswept shores. On December 26, 1900, a severe storm hits the Flannan Isles. The keepers, James Ducat and Thomas Marshall, radio for help, but their message is garbled and incomplete. It's as if they're trying to convey something urgent, but the transmission is cut short. The keeper's last entry in the weather log notes that the storm was of extreme violence. They recorded a pressure reading of 28.5 inches, significantly lower than normal for the area. This suggests they were experiencing an intense depression. On January 26, 1901, a rescue team from the Hebrides arrives at the lighthouse. They find no sign of life, but discover that the keeper's logbook has been left open, with an entry dated December 13. The handwriting is different, and it's as if someone, or something, has been trying to communicate a message. The final entry reads, MS over and over again. It's an abbreviation for Master of the Ship, but who could have written this? Some theories suggest it was a hoax, while others believe it's a genuine cry for help from someone on the ship, or something else entirely. This was the last logbook entry by the lighthouse keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur. They wrote about a fierce storm approaching and their preparations to secure the lighthouse. But just hours later, they vanished without a word. The storm was one of the worst in living memory, with winds reaching up to 80 miles per hour and massive waves threatening the lighthouse. Some theories suggest that the keepers were swept out to sea by a rogue wave or washed off the cliffs. When the mystery began, investigators found the lighthouse's entrance door open, despite there being no sign of foul play or struggle inside. Some have suggested that the keepers may have deliberately opened the door to leave, but what could have prompted them to do so? Research has revealed that there were previous incidents at the Flannan Isles lighthouse, with keepers reporting strange noises and unexplained events. Some believe these may be connected to the disappearance of Ducat, Marshall, and MacArthur. We've reviewed the keepers' logbooks from December 13 to January 1, but there's no mention of any unusual events or concerns about their safety. The only hint of trouble comes from a cryptic message scribbled on the wall near the radio room, I'm going away. The Coast Guard's investigation found that the keepers had indeed received a warning about rough seas from the nearby ship, Hesperus, which was returning from its delivery route. However, there's no record of them attempting to evacuate or call for assistance. Dr. MacLeod suggests that the extreme weather conditions might have contributed to the disappearances. The keepers were experienced and well-trained, she says. But even they couldn't withstand the fury of those storms. We examine the theories, but one question remains: what really happened on December 26? Theories abound about potential explanations for the vanishings. Some believe that the keepers might have been swept out to sea by a rogue wave or carried off by a pirate vessel. Another theory suggests they were simply overwhelmed by the isolation and harsh conditions, abandoning ship without warning. The investigation into the disappearance of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers concluded with no clear explanation for their vanishing. Despite numerous theories and searches, the case remains one of the most baffling in maritime history. The official inquiry suggested foul play or a storm-related accident, but many questions remain unanswered. Over a century later, the Flannan Isles lighthouse mystery continues to captivate us. It's a reminder of the human spirit's enduring power in the face of adversity and the unforgiving forces of nature. As we close this chapter on one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries, let us remember the words of the Lighthouse's former engineer: "The sea has claimed them, but it will never give them up." Fade to black. Final thought: the Flannan Isles Lighthouse mystery remains a haunting enigma, a testament to the awe-inspiring and often incomprehensible power of the natural world. As we depart this remote outpost on the edge of the Atlantic, may their story stay with us forever, a poignant reminder of the fragility and mystery that surrounds us all.